Hello everyone and welcome to Unacademy classes. First of all, before starting the class, let me check if the stream is working properly on my mobile phone or not. So in today's class, we will be discussing about grinding or abrasive machining important questions. So yeah, it is working very good. Now we are good to go. So let's start this class. So let's start this again. Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek Mishra and welcome to Unacademy classes. And in today's class, we will be discussing about important questions from the abrasive machining, or more specifically, we will be doing questions from grinding and a little bit of questions about lapping and honing. Uh, in this class, mainly objective type theoretical questions are be done by us because grinding topics are mainly concerned with that. There is not that much of numerical here. So let's begin the class by discussing a bit about me first. So here is a nice little bit of information about me. I have secured all India rank of 662 in GATE 2020. I have completed my MTech in 2019 from IIT BHU Varanasi, and I have got a good experience of teaching in mechanical engineering subject for 2 years, and some of my interests are listed on the screen. As you can see, photo editing, video editing, cricket, football, and I like all sorts of games. So as you can see in the screen, I have prepared for GATE examination and I have taught for it both. So you can expect a lot of good quality tips and tricks, and just quality concepts that have accumulated over the years to be shared with you. So you will find that when you have just ended this class of mine, you will be finding that you have spent your time in a way that you can be just satisfied with. So Unacademy's app is free for you all to download, so just go and download this app. And since this app is free, so you can just take a look at what this app brings to the table, and this app has everything that you require for your online preparation. Just name one thing that you require for online preparation, and this app has got it covered. So if you require live online classes, if you require the schedule of online classes, if you require to be notified in a proper time so that you can attend an online class, this app has it. And also all the recorded archive sessions can be watched from this app itself. Test series, you can just give it. Structured courses, you can just view it and just attend, or just go and watch one of the class and just learn from it. So this app has everything that you need. Again, I am just pointing this out that this app is free, so it is worth checking. And if you don't resonate with the app, then you can always just uh, not use it. But since this is free, so it is worth giving a shot. And here are the things that you will get if you subscribe to Unacademy: daily live classes, live test and quizzes, structured courses, unlimited access. So when you are subscribing to Unacademy, you are getting your money's worth from day one, because day in day out live classes will be held where you can ask your doubts, answer polls all the while the class is going on. The level of interaction in the Unacademy's website in the classes held there are far better than what we seen on YouTube, because here on YouTube the site is not specifically designed for online purposes. It is a general video streaming site, and therefore you cannot be having that much of interaction on YouTube. And Unacademy specially designed in keeping in mind all this things, because it is an education platform. So just go in their website and see for yourself what Unacademy's website uh, offers for your online preparation. And also I will be taking classes there in Unacademy's website also, so which you can just download the app or visit the website and just watch my classes there. I will be sharing my link at the end of the class, which you can just visit to follow me. And live tests and quizzes are also there for you to evaluate your performance with this regular test. And after you have given a test, you will be getting a detailed analysis on your performance, which is always nice to have, because then you can learn from your mistakes. You can see in which area you are lacking and where you have to just uh, improve your speed. So things like that is very important. Time management is very important, and all things that these are the things that you can learn by just giving test series and just analyzing your performance. And courses are in a structured manner. When you subscribe to Unacademy, you will find this structured courses, which is first of all in line with your syllabus, and which is also just structured in such a manner that it creates a rhythm, which is very important for your online preparation, because this will help you keep motivated and energized throughout your GATE preparation. And unlimited access of content will be provided to you if you subscribe to Unacademy. So not only you will be getting the classes or the content from the day onwards you have subscribed, but you will also be getting the previous classes which was held before your joining. And you are going to learn with top educators, which are obviously very experienced in their field. So you can expect your time spent in the Unacademy's class worth the time you have spent. You can find all the things, tips and tricks shared by these educators, which will definitely help you a lot when you give exam. And there are multiple educators for a single subject, so just you have this option where you can just select the educator who resonates with you the most and then attend his or her class. And these are the subscription prices for Unacademy. Again, a lot of option has been provided to you, and this is plus type subscription type, which is for those who need classroom type experience, where you are going to study with other students and the educator will discuss in the class with all the students. So here you can get 10% extra discount in the prices shown by entering the code ABHIMI. So ABHIMI code, if you enter, then this is the final price, and this is only possible if you enter the code shown in the left side of your screen. And again, I would recommend you to go for 12, 18 or 24 months, because as you can see in the screen, it is having the most percentage of discount. So you can save a lot by just selecting one of these plans. And also if you select 12 months plan, then after giving GATE examination, you will still be having these resources available to you to prepare for interviews and some other examination. So it is better to choose 12-month plan because of the amount of savings and because of the duration of the content that will be available. This content will be available to you. And if you are not sure about Unacademy's online learning, then you can always go for 1 month and just try Unacademy out. And if you then find the Unacademy subscription worth it, then just extend your subscription after that. But that will not be an ideal thing to do, because you cannot make a lot of savings by doing that. So I would recommend you to just select 12 or above months plan if you can, if you have the budget and if you require that. And no cost EMI is available on 6 months and above subscription plans, so that is also worth mentioning. And this prices is very reasonable, and these prices are very reasonable, and these prices also include the test series and the detailed analysis that you will be getting after giving a test series. So that test series alone cost thousands of rupees, and Unacademy's test series are regularly updated. So your subscription price here that you spend will be totally worth spending, and therefore you should just look into it and don't forget to use this code. And here is the subscription price for Iconic, which is again for those who require personal coach and personalized test series. And you can enter the code ABHIMI to get 10% discount here, and the final prices are shown in your screen. No cost EMI is also available. And here are the benefits of Plus and Iconic, which you are just free to just avail. free to just not avail, free to just select one of the plans which you can afford and need, and just avail this code of 10% to get this Unacademy subscriptions at the least possible cost. And this subscription plan code to get 10% off, you can share this with your friends and other students, and you can also tell them to just subscribe to Unacademy, and so that you can both attend the classes, or you can all attend the classes at the same time. So this will create a nice, friendly, and competitive classroom type experience. And also this code is universal, so not only for GATE, for other examination also you can use this code and get 10% off. So just select one of the plans which you require and which you can afford, and just start your preparation, start giving test series. So that's it for Unacademy subscription. Now we will be doing our starting our class of abrasive machining. And I have a little bit of unfortunate news here, that when I made my complete grinding slide, I somehow, instead of saving it, I somehow by mistake clicked don't save, and it got erased fully. So therefore I don't have with me the prepared slide, but I have with me the prepared questions that I have written, not prepared question, the prepared thing that I wanted to discuss in the notes here with me. So I have few pages of that notes that I prepared specially for this class, for so that I can share with you this informations. So let's see what we can do here, and let's see if we can have a proper discussion by just this notes. And I will be taking this class more properly, and I have to create the slides once again, which is obviously a not good thing for me, because I have to spend doing that again. But I will be doing that again, and I will be taking the class of grinding important questions in the Unacademy's website, so you can follow me there and attend there. But now for now, let's see what are the questions and how we can just discuss from that. So first question is, why, again I have by mistakenly just didn't save the my grinding slide, so I have to just write it here. So why in grinding, but we will have a nice discussion. Why in grinding high specific energy consumption is there. So why in grinding high specific energy consumption is there? See, grinding has high specific energy consumption. You can just tell that by just reading the question. But why is that? Let's answer that. And first of all, we need to see what is specific energy consumption. So it is given by E. So E is your specific energy consumption. And this E, specific energy consumption, is given by power divided by material removal rate. So if high specific energy consumption is there in grinding, then either the power will be low or the material removal rate either the power will be high or the material removal rate will be low. And here the reason of high specific energy consumption for grinding is its low material removal rate. So for grinding, low material removal rate causes this high specific energy consumption, which we obviously don't want. We want less power to do our job, but here that is not happening. due to low material removal rate. And why the material removal rate is low, let's discuss that now. So to do that, let's change the color of the pen first. So low material removal rate in grinding is due to this reasons that we are going to just see here. So grinding as having low material removal rate because first of all the size of first of all let's simply write it by this one two words, size effect, and then I will write the other reason, negative rake angle, and then the third reason here is welding effect. So these are the three reasons due to which the low material removal rate is there in grinding. So size effect, as you can just see if you know about the grinding process and what type of tools it uses. So it uses a grinding wheel which is just having a very small number of and a lot of abrasive particles which are grits. So that grits are very small in size, and due to them being very small in size, they are not able to remove that much of large chips, and also they are randomly oriented, and due to that randomly orientation they are having negative rake angle, which even though the negative rake angle imparts the strength, but the penetration is not that much due to the size being less and due to also being the negative rake angle. So therefore these things combined will is making the low material removal rate in grinding, and also the welding effect is there, which is due to the fact that we are encountering a very high temperature when the grinding process is occurring, and that high pressure is high temperature, sorry, not pressure. So that high temperature is mainly due to the rubbing action, the friction will be there, wear and tear will be there, so that things will deformation and the friction will make the temperature high and welding will be occurring, due to which the material removal rate will not be that high, and that then accounts to this low material removal rate, which then accounts to the high specific energy consumption. So I hope this question has been answered, and I have gone through the main reasons why this is happening in very detail, and now we should move on and see what we can do next. So let us first of all change the software here, because I think we will have a better discussion in this. So the next question is, let's see, yes, what is grinding ratio? Again, for those of you who are joining this session live, today's class got little bit disturbed by the fact that my PPT for this class didn't save, and then therefore I have to just write the notes, questions during the class. So what is grinding ratio? Again, grinding ratio is, so I think I will answer the question now. Grinding ratio is the ratio between volume of material removed divided by volume of wheel wear, and the wear spelling is wrong, volume of wheel wear. So volume of material removed will be the length breadth and the height or the thickness of material removed, so LBT. And volume of wheel wear will be the pi di square minus df square divided by 4 into the width of the wheel. So you are having a grinding wheel, so let's draw that. This grinding wheel, this grinding wheel right here will remove the material from the workpiece, and in doing that, due to the rubbing action, it will also have some of its material removed, which will be known as the wearing of the wheel, and that wearing is or occurs in radial direction. So that radial wearing is R. So R is your radial wear, and this radial wear will give us the final diameter of this grinding wheel, which will be d initial minus 2r, because we have to find the final diameter. So this will be your grinding wheel, and this will be r, this will also be r, and therefore you will have this final diameter after subtracting r's from both the side, which is radial wear. And again, the grinding ratio is simply this formula that I have shown here. So this w is the width of the wheel. This will be having a width w, which will not change during this grinding operation. Only the diameters will be changed due to this radial wear. So now I hope this is clear to you, and now we should do the next question. So the next question here will be, let's see. So let's do this question. Why aluminium oxide Al2O3 is used, not silicon carbide, for grinding steel? So why this is occurring, why aluminium oxide is used, not silicon carbide, for grinding steel? So let's answer this. So again, this is very good question, because not only it will give us some information about aluminium oxide and silicon carbide, which is used as abrasives for this grinding process, but this will also let us know why SiC it not is not used for steel, and why and for what it will be used. We will see that also. So let's just first of all discuss about the aluminium oxide. So aluminium oxide, I will just write here about aluminium oxide first. So aluminium oxide, first of all, I somewhere read this question that which is the most common abrasive material in grinding process. So that answer will be aluminium oxide Al2O3. So let me just write it here also, because it might get asked. Most common abrasive material, and for steel grinding we are using it, which is written in the question. But why we are doing it? Because and also we are using it to grind other ferrous high strength alloys. So why we are doing this that grinding of steel using this aluminum oxide, not silicon carbide? Because for steel we need tough, not hard, abrasive. Therefore, that criteria is fulfilled by aluminum oxide, and silicon carbide is hard, which is not we have to, which is why we are not using it. But the most important thing which is making us just come to this decision that aluminum oxide is to be used, not silicon carbide, is this region, that silicon carbide is, this is having a high affinity, high affinity, or I should write chemical affinity, with iron in steel at elevated temperature. So at elevated temperature, we the affinity, chemical affinity between iron in steel and this silicon carbide is high. Therefore, we don't require that. We require the silicon carbide to machine, to grind the uh, steel, not have a high chemical affinity with it. And the elevated temperature will be at what this working will be going on, because of the reason that grinding process has high temperature. So this will just make us avoid silicon carbide to grind steel. So that will be it. And I have this information also that I would like to share, that silicon carbide is used to grind ductile materials and brittle materials also. For ductile materials we use silicon carbide to just machine ductile materials like aluminium, brass, and brittle materials like cast iron and some ceramics. So these are the things to machine uh, silicon carbide is used. So let's just move forward and do the next question. So Banu Ranjan, first of all, good afternoon. So Banu Ranjan, today's class is a little bit different, and I will be taking tomorrow this grinding class again in the Unacademy's website or app, because just before this class, when I was just trying to save my grinding PPT, I prepared a lot of question there. I somehow just clicked the cross button and then didn't save it, so that unfortunately got just removed or deleted. But I will be making that again for the other class, so therefore I am just doing the questions which I remember that I had to just tell you for today's class. But we are still we are going to have a nice discussion about grinding here, but today's class will not be that much longer in length. So let's, so if you want, I have prepared a lot of good questions for grinding, and I recommend you to just attend that class in the Unacademy's website. You can do that for free. So just we are just did this question right here, that why aluminum oxide is used, not silicon carbide, for grinding steel. So aluminum oxide, first of all, I told that aluminum oxide is the most common abrasive material, so this thing you have to remember. Then aluminum oxide is used for steel grinding, which we have which we can see in the question. And it is used to grind steel because it is, first of all, tough, and second, it is not having that chemical affinity with the steel. But silicon carbide is having a high chemical affinity with steel, and due to which we are not using it, because we require this silicon carbide abrasive material So lead screw for lathe, I think that is we have to study lead screw for lathe very much little. I think mainly questions come from the BLU topic, the basic length unit topic, and other topic that comes is sometimes pitch, and the speed of lead screw is given, and pitch and lead screw of job is asked. So I will be trying to cover that thing only, because again I don't want to focus on things that ultimately are not that much important for gate examination. But I will be covering lead screw questions that has already come in your gate examination, and that might get asked in the future for your gate information. So that I will be doing, but I have to do that after a little bit, after some days, because I have prepared my schedule and given to Unacademy. So I will be following that for some time, and after that I will be making sure that I just cover this topic also. And here silicon carbide, you can remember one more detail, that it is harder than Al2O3. So that will be it for this question. Now let's move forward and see what we can discuss now. So let me see, I have this questions arranged in my notes that I've prepared for today. So let's now discuss about so you have one so in grinding you have this grinding wheel of specification. So this grinding wheel is having this specification A and 36 and H8V. So this is the specification of grinding wheel. Can you tell me what this A represents? So Banu Ranjan, if you are watching this live and if you know the answer to this question, what this A represents in grinding, if grinding wheel specification is given as this. So A is your abrasive material which is used for, or which is just in it in the grinding wheel. So it is Al2O3, yes, it is aluminum oxide. So this first term represents the abrasive material in the grinding wheel. And now which type of this 36 represents which type of grain in size? So is it representing coarse grain, medium size grain, fine size grain, or very fine size grain? So what this 36 is representing? Again, Banu Ranjan, you have given the first question that I have asked very clearly correct. So what this 36 is representing? Is it representing a coarse size grain or some other size grain? So I think that I have given ample time. So medium size grain is again the correct answer. And let's see here what are the grain size number for different grain sizes. So this is grain size number, this is size of grain, and if grain size is 10 to 24, then it will be coarse. If it is 30 to 60, it will be medium. And this grain 36 is coming in this range 30 to 60, so it is medium size grain. Then we have 80 to 180, and then 220 to 600. So again this is fine and this is very fine. So I will recommend you to just learn this grain size number properly and remember this properly, because this question might get asked that a grain wheel specification is given, and you might get asked what here 36 represents and what type of grain size can we just get from this grain wheel. So you should just remember this grain size number and what type of grain size it represents or this accounts to. And what this H is for? This H first of all is representing grade or hardness, which is the ability of the grinding wheel to retain grains or grit. So what this H represents? So is the H representing soft wheel, medium wheel? So yes, the answer is given. Among this, it is soft wheel is the correct, and the last two are wrong. So again, Banuranjan, it is representing soft wheel, and soft wheel means the ability of the wheel to retain the grains will not be that much, and therefore it can just lose that layer and a new layer can come. And after that we have this 8. What this 8 is representing, which type of structure now the 8 is representing? And you have, Banuranjan, you have written soft structure, so it should be soft wheel, because now we are going to discuss about structure. So make sure that you are using correct words, because it can ultimately create confusion. So 8 is for what type of structure? And it is for open structure, correct? So 0 to 7 we have dense structure, and 8 to 16 we have open structure. And now, Banuranjan, can you tell me this, which type of structure is used for uh, finish grinding, open or dense? For finish grinding, we use open structure or dense structure? So for finish grinding, yes, dense structure is used, because again, what a structure means, I am writing it here. What structure means is average gap between two consecutive abrasives. So this means that for dense structure we are having less average gap between two consecutive abrasives, and for open structure we are having more gap. And if we are doing finish machining, that means less amount of material will be removed, because finishing just is that, and therefore we don't require that much of open structure as we require in rough machining, where we need there to be some gap between abrasives, so that chips can easily flow out and not get just clogged there. So what is clogging now? Since I have used the word clogging, so let me just now discuss with you what is clogging. So clogging occurs when the chip which is, or the material which is getting removed during grinding, got just accumulated at the grinding wheel. So the reasons of clogging are, now Banuranjan, is your time to answer the question, what is the reason of clogging? So clogging reasons I am just asking here. So name 3 reasons due to which clogging is happening in a grinding process. So at least start by giving one reason. So blunting of grains. So what you mean by blunting of grains? Blunting of grains, I think you mean by blunting that grains lose their sharpness. So how if grains losing their sharpness makes this clogging happen? Clogging again is, so let me provide you the information here. So yes, blunting is that. Blunting is grains losing their sharpness, and that occurs. Then why clogging is happening? Because I have here asked the reasons of clogging. So let me provide you the reasons first, then we will discuss that. So the reasons of clogging are uh, grinding wheels RPM, that is revolution per minute, is low, soft workpiece, so due to high heat grain melts and get embedded in gaps. So that I didn't think about before, so let me just think about it. Because so that can totally occur, because first of all, grinding we encounter high temperature, and high temperature is due to the fact that the wear of grinding wheel is occurring, the friction and abrasive machining is taking place. So high temperature is totally there in the grinding process, and due to high grinding, there will be high temperature, there will be welding, due to which the material get stuck in the grinding wheel. So that's why you are saying clogging will occur. So that can totally be a reason. And let's see what are the other reasons here. Grinding wheel speed is low, so if speed will be low, then the centrifugal force will be low, and due to that the chips will not just get removed from the grinding wheel. Soft workpiece will lead to more removal of chip, and that will again lead to just clogging. And then we'll have improper cutting fluid to just remove the clogged chips. So that are the reasons, and you can again totally answer with the reason that due to high heat or high temperature, the welding is occurring, and therefore the chips or the material is making this clogging. So that can again be the answer. So now let's move forward and do a next question, which should be, let us see what we have here in our notes. So I have some questions about lapping, honing and burnishing. So first of all, which process is used to improve surface finish of a cylinders inside? So the options are honing, lapping, grinding. So among this honing, lapping and grinding, what will be the answer here? We have to improve surface finish of a cylinders inside or interior. Then we are going to use which type of this process, which process? And by the way, both all these three process uses abrasive material to just remove the material to machine. So that's why we are going to study here this three process, because again they all are using abrasive materials. So which is used to improve surface finish of a cylinders inside? Honing, lapping, grinding. So the correct answer here will be honing. It is used to just surface finish the cylinder's interior. No, lapping is not the correct answer here, Banuranjan. Lapping is used. So let me first of all show you what lapping process is. Just remember, for this process, for this application, honing is used. And honing we use a abrasive material there also in a cylindrical shape to just do the job here. So let's see what lapping is. So lapping, first of all, is also a process which is using abrasive materials. So for lapping, let me draw the figure here. So this is your workpiece and this is your lap plate. And I should draw this more closely because there should not be this much gap represented. So this is lap plate, which is a abrasive type plate, and we have the abrasive grains or slurry between them. So it should be like this. So this is slurry, and this is embedded grains, and there will be some loose grains also. And both of the workpiece and the lap plate will be having relative motion. So there will be a relative motion between workpiece and lap plate, and the abrasive materials between them will do the machining or material removal, and they are mainly used to level the surface, so mainly used to surface finish. So that's why the lapping here you can also understand from the fact that these two arrangements are looking like a lap joint, and therefore the term lapping might come from. And here the application of lapping is for products. So I think you should have remembered by now what is the application of honing, but let's see what is the application of lapping is. So for products that require very tight tolerance of flatness, parallelism, thickness, or you can also say finishing also. So that is the application of lapping, not the surface finishing of cylinders inside. So I think that should be properly clear to you, and that is all that you need to just remember for lapping. And one important question that I now remember, that I that was in my slide before it got deleted. So that question was, in which process loose grains is used to do machinings, loose abrasive grains, and that process you will answer as lapping. So in lapping process we use the loose abrasive grains to do our material removal to get the desired product or desired machining that we just require. So again, that will be it for the discussion of lapping here. Now let me just see what is left to discuss here that I can remember. So let's discuss now about, yes, this was the one question that I wanted to say, that which, let us just discuss here, not a question but certain types of wear that we can encounter in grinding process, and that wear will be mainly, we are going to study the wear for grinding wheel. So let us first of all make the grinding wheel structure here. So inside this is your grinding wheel surface. So wheel surface, and this wheel surface will have grains. So and this grains will be just held together by this bonds. So Banuranjan, what is the grains or grit size shape here? Circular, triangular, what type of shape you can see for grit? So it might get asked in your gate examination that abrasive grit or abrasive grains are having what type of shape. There are different type of sizes of abrasive grains that we have studied before: coarse, medium, fine, very fine. But what is shape of abrasive grains or grit? So they are having, let me answer that, they are having random shape. Okay, not a square shape, not a triangular shape, not a circular shape. They are having random shape, and they are having random orientation also. So random shape, again I have drawn it, you can just look at, and just, it is not that high level question, just basic random shape. And again, the random orientation is also there in the in which the grinding wheels grains are there, and therefore we can say, due to that random orientation and random shape, the grinding wheel is have the grinding wheels grains are having negative rake angle. This you must remember, that grains are having negative rake angle. So the reason is random orientation, and this negative rake angle leads to low material removal rate, along with other things that I have discussed at the start of the class. So that will be one of the things that I wanted to discuss here. Now let's discuss what are the wears that are there in wheel, grinding wheel. So let me change first of all the pen color here. So these are your grains, and this I should draw. So what might happen, this bond might get broken. So this will be bond fracture, one of the you can say wear, or one of the fractures that we encounter in our grinding wheel. And next we have this region might get removed, and therefore we might get dullness or rounding or flatten. or flat spots, let's write, of individual grains. So dullness, rounding, or this individual grains have flat spots, then this type of wear will be known as, this was the main reason due to which I just made you do this question, because I find this question that what type of wear is this atricious wear. So bond fracture, you can just see from the name itself that fracturing of bond is bond fracture. And atricious wear, this is little bit confusing from the name. So this atricious wear, you can see from the figure that I have drawn, it is dullness, rounding or flattening of individual grains. So this grains if become dull, then it will not be able to do the job, do the machining, grinding, because the abrasive grains, the grits are characterized by their sharp shape and size, and which is obviously what is required for grinding, because if it is not sharp, then there will not be machining properly. So this dullness of individual grains is atricious wear. Then we have this micro cracks, which is simply small cracks that occur inside the grains. And I think that is it for the grain wear and fractures that we encounter. And you have to just, mainly my main aim was to let you know what an atricious wear is, because I saw somewhere this question was asked, and I therefore thought it is better that we discuss this properly, because it might get asked in your GATE examination also. Now let's we have discussed lapping, horning, this wear of grinding wheel ratio, and we have discussed about why aluminum oxide is used instead of silicon carbide for grinding of steel. Then we have discussed about grinding wheel specification, and let us see what is left for today's class, because again I don't have the questions prepared, so therefore I am just having difficulty in remembering all them. So let me just see, or then we should just end this class and continue this class properly in the Unacademy's website. So yeah, that will be it for today's class. I think I will prepare it properly, and I should not waste your time anymore by continuing this class. But we have discussed quite a bit of few things which are obviously things that can come in your GATE examination. We again have a nice discussion. Again, thank you Manuranjan for joining in today's class and having this very nice discussion. And that will be it for today's class. Again, you can come in the Unacademy's website or app and attend a class there. I will try to make a proper slide and do these questions again. So that will be it. If you found this class helpful, then you can hit the thumbs up button and then subscribe to this channel, so that you can get notified whenever an educator goes live. And if you found this class helpful and engaging, then just hit the like button. Thank you again Manuranjan for the nice words, and this is the code ABHIMI that you can use to get 10% off in the Unacademy subscription. So that will be it. So goodbye Manuranjan, and that will be it for today's class. Thank you for watching. Best of luck for your preparation. Stay safe and take care. So let's end this class.